This time on episode 377 of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., we discuss Jessica Jones Season 3, Episode 8, aka Camera Friendly, and Episode 9, aka I Did Something Today.
I'm Stephen John Drew from the official GonnaGeek.com show, a weekly geek news podcast that is a part of the Gonna Geek network, just like the show you're checking out now. Shows on the network are individually owned, and opinions expressed may not reflect others. Find other awesome geeky shows at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
You have been granted clearance by director Alfonso Mack Mackenzie. Stand by for a S.H.I.E.L.D. debriefing. All information to be discussed here is classified and may only be discussed among agents granted clearance by the S.H.I.E.L.D. director.
Now it's time for your scheduled debriefing. I'm Agent Michelle.
And I'm producer of the show, Director SP. Welcome to Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're a Marvel Comic Universe fan show. The show is recorded on Sunday, May 23rd, 2021, live from the Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. studios and broadcast New York City wide via www.geeks.live. Come join our live chat as we record. Michelle, happy National Taffy Day.
I haven't had taffy in a long time.
I just had it. Somebody went on a trip, I think, to Florida and brought it back and then brought it into the office. It was like the first thing that we've had in the office that people are like, oh, well, I'll try it because it's individually wrapped and stuff. So yeah, I had a piece of taffy. It was 2 weeks ago or so.
Hey, I think I like the videos of them making the taffy.
Oh, yeah. I think that was one of the very first How Things Are Made episodes that I watched on the History Channel way back when the History Channel actually did history stuff or Discovery or whatever channel that show is on. Yeah, it's interesting, and it's a lot of bugger. It's a lot of butter and sugar.
One of the best two things of life.
It was invented in 1883 in Atlantic City. So it's been around for a while. I thought it might have been a 20th century thing, but no, it's a 19th century thing. So somebody came up with it. That's good. So if you enjoy I'm talking to you, listener, if you enjoy a nice piece of taffy, let us know. And I know there's taffy connoisseurs out there. So tell us where the best piece of taffy is that you've got. In the meantime, let's get on with the rest of the show. Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a fan-based podcast on the Marvel Cinematic and comic book universes.
Because of monetizing superhero work.
If you'd like to talk to us about Heroes for Hire, you can catch us on our website, legendsofshield.com.
You can leave us a voicemail, 844-THE-BUS-1. That's 844-843-2871.
If you'd like to talk to us about how you would monetize yourself as a superhero, you can leave us a comment on our Facebook page at Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. Podcast.
We're on Twitter at Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D.
If you want to talk to us about the best idea that you've seen so far on monetizing a superhero, not comics, like a real life superhero, you can catch us on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GonnaGeek.
You can tell your Amazon device to enable Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. skill.
You can talk to us about anything Marvel related on our Discord server at GonnaGeek.com/Discord.
And remember, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a proud member of the GonnaGeek.com network.
So Agent Lauren actually tried to be with us today. She couldn't make it. She's still recovering from her neck procedure that had happened a few months ago now, I believe. And she's still recovering from that. Nerves don't grow back that fast, about 1 centimeter a month. So she is hoping to be back next week, but she did try to be here for this week. And we're really looking forward to her coming back for Loki. But that's where she is right now. So it's just Michelle and I today. Michelle, I think we can handle it.
I think so too.
All right. So let's get into it. Jessica Jones, Season 3, Episodes 8 and 9, premiered on Netflix June 14th, 2019. Michelle, why don't you run down the creative team behind aka Camera Friendly?
This episode was directed by Steven Surjik, who has 62 directing credits starting in 1985, including 1 of the X-Files, 1 Eureka, 7 Psych, 6 Warehouse 13, 10 episodes of Burn Notice, 1 of The Defenders, 1 of The Punisher, 2 Luke Cage, 2 Iron Fist, 4 Daredevil, 1 Runaways, 3 The Gifted, 3 Jessica Jones, 3 episodes of Lost in Space, 4 of The Umbrella Academy, and 2 of The Witcher. This episode was written by Scott Reynolds, who has 7 writing credits starting in 2006, including 9 Dexter, 2 episodes of The Following, 2 Iron Fist, 2 Inhumans, and 4 Jessica Jones.
We won't blame Scott for Inhumans, although that's up for debate, but we won't do that on this show. So Scott Reynolds is the co-executive producer, the co-showrunner for season 3 of Jessica Jones, which we might have a discussion on that later. Steven Surjik, I saw his name come up in the credits at the beginning of episode 8 here, aka Camera Friendly, when I was watching it on the treadmill. And we have covered Steven Surjik both on this podcast and other podcasts out there. And he has a really storied career. And Surjik, actually, he's second generation in Hollywood. I thought I would have time. And because of the puppy in the house, I have not had the time. But I thought I was going to try to get a podcast that he's been on and listen to him to get some of his takes about directing in Hollywood, especially all the genre stuff that he's done. And I just couldn't pull it off because puppy. That's going to be my excuse for a while. Puppy. 10-week-old puppy as of today inside the house. And puppy. Anyway, were you excited when you saw Steven Surjik's name come up?
Always. He's one of the ones I remember when we were, Starling Tribune and such right?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just done so much. And yeah, it's just a lot, so much genre. So cool.
So moving on to the second episode that we'll be covering today, episode 9 of season 3 of Jessica Jones is AKA I Did Something Today. It was directed by Jennifer Getzinger, who has 31 directing credits starting in 1998, including 2 episodes of Suits, 1 episode of Revenge. You might question why I like Revenge. Okay. 2 episodes of The Return, 2 episodes of Agent Carter, 1 episode of The Man in the High Castle, excellent series, 1 episode of Daredevil, 4 episodes of Outlander, 3 total episodes of Jessica Jones, and 2 episodes of the HBO series Westworld. This episode of Jessica Jones was also written by Lisa Randolph, who we've covered before, has 10 writing credits starting in 2002, including 7 episodes of Being Human, 4 episodes of Rain, 2 episodes of Star Trek Discovery, about to enter into season 4 here, 4 episodes of Jessica Jones, and 4 episodes of The Prodigal Son. The series Jessica Jones is based on the Marvel comic by Brian Michael Bendis and Michael Gaydos. And season 3 showrunners include Melissa Rosenberg, who was the showrunner for the entire series of Jessica Jones, as well as Scott Reynolds, who came in just for the third season as the co-showrunner. All right, Michelle, I'm looking at your list. I'm looking at your notes here. And I think we got to cover the big item first. Dorothy Walker. That's a terrible thing that happened to Dorothy in these episodes.
We go from seeing Dorothy do her thing with Jessica and Trish, not just Trish. Like, she even wants to monetize Jessica. She's like, okay, you need a better superhero outfit. And Jessica, we can get one for you. And we can start, monetizing this, getting appearances, getting this going, being just pure Dorothy. And then she gets brutally murdered. One of the things about this season, it gets bloodier. I'm going to just let everyone know it gets bloodier in the rest of it's not, it's almost like Daredevil, Punisher. It gets, out of all these seasons, this one's actually bloody, which is surprising because Jessica Jones is usually known for just, punching people and everything. This actually gets bloody. There's some other brutal stuff that will happen, but it's just rough. And especially, why her? This guy is this guy is just, now he's even breaking his own rules. It's not like Dorothy. Dorothy's always been Dorothy. So it's not like she was ever lied about herself. Yeah, she's not a great person, but she's, he did it just to get at Jessica and Trish, especially Jessica, just to get, really there. And how they realize it too late is heartbreaking. And Trish finding her body, this actually triggers the rest of Trish's arc for the rest of the season. Her finding the body, her reacting to her mother's death. I miss Dorothy. I had a love-hate relationship, just like Jessica and Trish. It was like a character that it was played perfectly because you loved her, you hated her, you found her annoying, but then you liked her. So yeah.
So first of all, I just want to say, for anybody that hasn't listened to a previous episode of Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D., I have not seen anything more than what we're covering for Jessica Jones, but Michelle has seen the entire season and by de facto the entirety of The Defenders on Netflix. And I am not cognizant of what happens. I haven't been spoiled on the final 4 episodes of Jessica Jones. So that is why Michelle is being a little coy with some of the things that she's saying. I don't know it gets bloodier or not, but thanks for the warning there. I appreciate that. As for Dorothy here, I kind of saw it coming because they started to review everything in her past. They reviewed the fact of what she did with Trish, covering old wounds basically one more time. She got to rep Jessica and Trish as superheroes, basically. Well, Trish not so much, but she got to rep Jessica officially as a superhero. And then she got to be on camera herself. And I saw all that and I was like, okay, this is what's happening. Plus, Salinger is an incredible person that does a lot of research. So he knows everything there is to know, publicly at least, about the people that he is associating with or going up against or whatever. So he knew that Dorothy was, I mean, it's public knowledge anyway in this universe, but he knew that Dorothy was Jessica's stepmom, or not really stepmom, I guess adopted mom is the better. Yeah, adopted mom. And he doesn't know about Trish yet. He does as of what happens in these episodes, but prior to Dorothy's murder, he didn't know. So this is more of him going against Jessica, and then he unwittingly taps into the whole thing with Trish. And yeah, I don't think it's done with Trish. This is the doors that opened with these 2 episodes with Trish were pretty obvious. I mean, she was going through that discovery within her hideout hotel room. She had the whole having to go ID the body, even though she's the one who found Dorothy dead to begin with. And then the whole thing with both Salinger and Jerry knowing who she is now. And that's, ugh. But for Jessica and Trish not to have secured Dorothy a little bit more, I'm going to put a little bit of blame on the 2 of them because Salinger knew so much about their lives. I don't understand why they didn't try at least to put her in protective custody. I don't know if Dorothy would have wanted that or not, but they didn't even mention that. They didn't even try. So I'm going to put a teensy little bit of plot blame on Jessica and Trish about what happened here, because it's something that I would have wanted. It's standard in a lot of criminal shows and movies where you want to protect the whole family, put them in like witness protection, something like that. And they didn't even try this time. So I don't know. It didn't sit well with me, the fact that nothing was done. And of course she was vulnerable. So Salinger got to her. Salinger was also really big about the misdirection of when he was showing pictures. It wasn't of a blonde woman. He wasn't following Trish. He was following somebody else. So a little bit of misdirection on his part. Anyway, so that's Dorothy. Jessica made a huge decision, which is going to have ramifications, but made a huge decision in these 2 episodes, didn't she, Michelle?
Yeah, she destroyed evidence for Salinger. It's really this is kind of because he knows who Trish is, because Salinger is like, either help me get free or I spill everything about Trish, and Trish will get arrested, and all this stuff will happen to Trish. So destroy this evidence that you worked really hard to get, so that way I can go free and do stuff and other stuff.
And here's the thing. As we can see, as the viewer, we see Jerry Hogarth is hell-bent on leather to unmask Trish anyway. So it's going to happen. And then Jessica is just going to look at things and go, oh man, I shouldn't have gotten Salinger off, because Trish is going to be out in the public anyway. And that was the one thing, the reason why she was trying to save Trish from Salinger, was so that she didn't get outed. She's not responsible for anything, not legally responsible for anything, and that sort of thing. So this is definitely going to have ramifications. Also, I would say it has ramifications with Costa too, because Costa, I don't think at first I thought when he came to the apartment that he was playing it up, that he wasn't being completely honest, that he was trying to drive Jessica towards guilt, basically, and have her fess up on what happened. But Costa, he didn't do that. I think he was just telling Jessica what was going on, that he's out of the picture, at least for now, that he was too close to somebody that was powered, and that he is out of the game now. And I don't know if that's going to be true for the next 4 episodes or not, but he's effectively on leave, and it's going to affect him, because once he finds out, once that image comes out about Trish being the masked woman, it's going to cause a cascade of things, and Costa's going to be one of them. And I know you can't say anything about that because you don't want to spoil anything, but I just see that happening. And I really feel for Costa, because he's going through some stuff. And, you know, if you're involved with a cop in a relationship, I don't care what kind of a relationship that is. He's obviously, I don't know if he's married or not.
Yeah, he's married.
He's married. Okay. So if you marry a cop, you're going to have situations that happen here. So I think that was played up a little bit and not realistic, but maybe I'm off base there.
The whole, oh, you have to go to work now because you're a cop. It's like, you have to go to work now because you're a cop and I married a cop. It's like when you marry a firefighter. I have to leave now because there's a fire. Oh, you have to leave because you had to do, yeah, that's, you married a firefighter. You know, that's what we do. So yeah, you marry a cop, you know what you're getting into. They're going to leave. They're going to have weird hours. Yeah.
Maybe this gets a little bit into the showrunner or the story for this whole season. And I didn't feel like it pulled off. And it's not like we can blame COVID, because this all happened pre-COVID. It was 2018 when this film came out in 2019. So
yeah. And it's just, if you've watched any sort of crime drama, cop drama, you see that manufactured. Like even in The Wire, it was like, you were never there for me. It's like, I'm a detective. How could I be? Or it's, I don't know, so many cop dramas where they can't date or they can't have a balanced family life. It's one of the reasons why I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, is because Terry Crews's character, you know, he has a family and, you know, he works hard to maintain the balance, but his wife knows that he's a cop, and it's, you know, stuff like that.
So I have a lot to say. I mean, I started saying it last time about Jerry Hogarth. I have a lot to say about Jerry Hogarth, but you know what? I'm going to give you the first pass on talking about Jerry Hogarth. I think we're about to say about the same things about Jerry Hogarth in slightly different ways, but I'm going to let you have the first pass.
I don't care about your love life, Jerry.
Yep, that's part of it. And the other thing, this whole Malcolm, Zaya, Jerry, Kith drama, this 4-way drama that's going on between them, whether they know each other or not. Yeah, I'm going to go take a nap. Because whatever. She is such a good actor. And to twist her character like this, she's playing it well, right? But to twist her character like this, it's like, I don't care. I want to get to what's going on with the superpowered stuff. I mentioned it last time, where the stuff that you want to see in a superhero show by Marvel, and this is not it, but we're getting. Jerry Hogarth, yeah. I don't know what happens in the next 4 episodes. Quite frankly, I don't care, other than I know she's going to put more wrenches into the gears and cause things to go south really quick, because she's being vindictive. She's got a terminal illness. She really just doesn't care. And she is a wild card. And it's like, in real life, I guess this happens, but I don't want it in my drama.
Yeah, the actor is doing a lot with the crap she's been given. And it's crap. I'm not going to shy away from it. This storyline is just, no. I'm done. I'm done with talking about Jerry. Done with that.
Carrie Ann Moss, I could talk about forever, but
oh yes. Yeah.
Jerry Hogarth, whatever. Yeah. Jillian, I love if there's an opposite in the show, I love every single scene that Jillian's in.
Jillian is the superhero assistant. I don't know. It's like, is she the best assistant or is she the best assistant? The way she just comes back and it's like, okay, this is what you need to do. And we're on it now. And, oh, this is what's happening. She's amazing.
I just enjoy every interaction back and forth. She doesn't win every scene that she's in, if you want to call it, an argument or a discussion or whatever. She doesn't win but she wins a lot of them. And it's just fun watching her. She is the best assistant. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So Eric comes back and I was scratching my head. Why am I seeing, other than he's like a regular on the series, the season. I'm like, why did he come back? I know why he came back, but why did he come? At this point in the story, I don't need him to come back. And yet he comes back and like, okay.
It's a repeat of season 2 where we had Oscar. That was his name, Oscar.
Yeah. Who was in this season too.
Well, not really. No. You see him once. He's there. He's gone.
Right.
Right. He's gone. So last season, he was the plot boyfriend because eventually she needed him because of the whole fake document thing. And now here we have another plot boyfriend because, well, boyfriend's really, I'm not going to say the actual term because we're a clean podcast. I'll just say boyfriend. It's because that's not what he is, but we're a clean podcast. And it's just like, he's there. And why? It's like, I get a headache around bad people, but what qualifies as bad? That's what gets me. I mean, obviously, child pornography and wanting to kill people, that's bad. But then, I don't know, there's just certain things, the corrupt cop, yeah, that's bad. But there's just certain things that, I don't know. I didn't pay my parking ticket. Is that going to get me like a 2 on your headache scale? I don't know. I don't understand. But anyway, apparently the more evil you are, he gets a headache and aspirin won't help.
Yeah, I was wondering that because Jessica, essentially she's a good person, but she doesn't make all the best choices, right? She makes questionable choices and yet he doesn't get a headache around her. So is it just pheromones? Is he infatuated with her? I mean, he basically orchestrated stuff at the beginning to be around her, which I'm continually wondering, is he a red hair? I don't really know. We'll just see how this all pans out. But when it comes down to it, he's another character that I really don't care about. Yeah, we got a little bit of backstory to him, but it's like, it's not endearing to me whatsoever. Just a person for Jessica Jones, and then he causes the big thing here. And now Jessica's got to come to a decision. Does she turn him in? Because she kind of knows what happened. She can't prove it, but at least she can direct the cops in his way or something like that. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is all messed up. And it's like stuff. I think you mentioned last time that if you could point to one thing in this series that has gone a different way, like very early on, it changes the whole thing. Well, we get that every single episode, where this is like 3 or 4 things every single episode. If this doesn't happen, then everything just, the series doesn't happen. In this case, Eric killing the cop, Nussbaumer or whatever.
Appearing to kill the cop. He's being accused of killing the cop right now.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. There's video evidence that we see on the screen that makes it appear like he killed the cop, but who knows? Salinger might have done it. I have no idea.
Yeah, and then we have Trish, who is like, I did all this work, and that's sort of, like the titles, camera ready, camera friendly. That's like her mom, like Trish doing her thing, and then her bringing on her mom, and then I did something today. Trish is like, look at what I did, and I scratched Salinger's face, and now you've ruined everything for me, Jessica. I did something, and now you've ruined it. And Jessica's like, you just don't understand. And that's Trish these 2 episodes. Oh, this season. Another thing we got in these episodes is the reference to the raft. You remember the raft is somewhere in the ocean, and it's where all the super powered bad people are. And, if you remember Falcon and Winter Soldier, that's where Zemo is chilling out right now. So we got the raft reference in these episodes. This is these 2 episodes. We had Dorothy come to a tragic end, and we will see what happens when we cover the rest of the season. So next Sunday, we're actually going to do all of the rest of the 4 episodes, which is episode 10, aka Hero Pants, episode 11, aka Hellcat, episode 12, aka A Lot of Worms, and episode 13, aka Everything. So we have to go deal with a home maintenance issue. Probably has to do with the sewer. On our way out. I'd like to thank everyone who listens to the show, downloads us, watches on YouTube, and of course, interacts with us, whether it's Twitter or YouTube comments or Discord. We appreciate it very much. So thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you for listening. If you want to leave us feedback, go to gonnageek.com and you will find all our contact information and other shows. You can also visit legendsofshield.com, where you'll find our complete archive of podcasts. The music heard on this podcast is by Kevin MacLeod, found at incompetech.com, and also artists on pond5.com and audiojungle.net. The opinions heard on this podcast are those of the individual hosts and do not represent Stargate Pioneer Productions, Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D, or Gonna Geek. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D is the property of the Disney Corporation, Marvel Studios, and ABC. No infringement is intended.
Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is copyright 2013 through 2021.